So, just as the dust was settling on Harry and Meghan's latest controversy, the Omid Scobie book, Endgame, everyone was kind of forgetting about that book. And I mean everyone. I thought I was going to get a lot more mileage out of that book, make some funny reaction videos to a lot of the chapters, like I did with Spare. You remember the seal opera?
Oh, a seal opera.
Yeah. Well, no. Nobody, believe me, nobody is more disappointed about the failure of Omid Scobie's book, career, than I am, right? I say that without any hint of irony. Just as all that controversy is going away and you think Harry and Meghan, might discover a bit of humility, might keep a low profile for a month or two, they're back in the headlines because Harry's taken it upon himself in his quixotic delirium to sue all of the newspapers that dare mention him or his wife. And the results are pretty hilarious.
Prince Harry is ordered to pay publisher of the Mail almost £50,000 as he lost latest stage of legal battle.
How many of us feel battered, helpless, in the face of the seemingly endless stream of disasters and devastation?
Now, I think to a lot of people that headline kind of looks a bit innocuous. Nobody really cares. Nobody's really thinking much about it. Okay, 50 grand, what is it to Harry and Meghan? That's where you're wrong, right? They don't have 50 grand to be throwing away. Everyone thinks they're swimming in money, these two. They are spending way more money than they have, Harry and Meghan. They're generating nothing. Later in today's video, we're going to see a video that the Archwell Foundation released today. It's a compilation of 60 seconds of all of the stuff that Harry and Meghan have done, all the charity events that they've done this year, all the things they've been involved with. They've done 4 things in 12 months. They've done literally nothing all year. They're not getting any money. They don't have any more book deals. They don't have any more Netflix or Spotify. There is nothing. They live in a palace in the most exclusive neighborhood in the United States of America. They take 7 armored vehicles wherever they go. They don't have any money. They don't have 50 grand to be throwing away on these crazy libel cases. And you might be thinking, yeah, but they're probably going to win 10 million in damages when they win the case. They're not going to win the case. There's no case to be made. It's amazing. Let's get into it.
A High Court judge ordered the Duke of Sussex to pay legal costs incurred by the Mail on Sunday after Harry failed in a bid to have the case decided without trial.
You're going to see in this article as it goes on just how deluded Harry is and how entitled. But don't let any of these details go over your head. What Harry's trying to do is get the case to not go to trial. He's trying to find legal flaws and loopholes in the Mail on Sunday's defence so that the case won't go to trial and they'll just decide in his favour without a trial. And a High Court judge has said, no, I think we can go to trial. There's enough evidence here in their defence. So immediately that looks bad.
Mr. Justice Nicklin said the legal costs would need to be assessed if the two sides could not agree a sum, but said Harry should pay £48,447 on account before the end of this year. The douche. 39 is suing the Mail on Sunday over an article which claimed his PR aides tried to spin his dispute with the Home Office over its decision to downgrade his taxpayer-funded police protection.
So ridiculously petty, like to be that litigious. He's clearly got a lot of time on his hand. All the stuff that's been printed about Harry and Meghan over the last couple of years, and he's taken the Mail on Sunday to court because they suggested that, in their opinion, Harry and Meghan, their PR team, sort of tried to spin the narrative in their favour, which is what a fucking PR team does all the time. That's not opinion, that's fact. That's what a PR team, public relations team, does, right? That they tried to spin the narrative in their favour when Harry and Meghan came over to England and they didn't get all free taxpayer-funded bodyguards and police protection, 24-hour bodyguard, bulletproof police protection, because they're no longer working members of the royal family. Why should we be paying for their shit, right? They live in America now, they've got loads of money, supposedly. Of course, their PR team wanted people to feel sorry for them and didn't want them to look like entitled twats. I mean, that's their job.
He asked the High Court to rule that the newspaper could not use a legal defence of honest opinion and for a judge to rule in his favour without a public trial. But the judge ruled that Associated Newspapers, publisher of the Mail on Sunday and the Daily Mail, had a real prospect of demonstrating that statements issued on Harry's behalf were misleading and refused his requests. Mr. Justice Nicklin said the newspapers had a real prospect of succeeding in demonstrating also that an honest person could have held the opinion that the claimant, the Duke, was responsible for attempting to mislead and confuse the public as to the true position.
Oh, just to recap there, not only does the High Court judge say to Harry, no, it's completely legitimate. An honest person, a normal person, would naturally think your PR team would want to spin a narrative about you being an entitled twat in your favour, seeing as that's their job, that's what you pay them to do. But also, it does seem like you're an entitled twat. He's saying, there does seem to be evidence that you've misled everyone. So yeah, not looking good.
In a written order released today, he said that a full libel trial would now be scheduled for next year. The case centres on an article published in February 2022 about Harry's legal action against the Home Office. The Mail on Sunday reported that Harry's PR advisors had briefed journalists that he had launched legal action after he offered to pay for police protection for him and his family when they were in Britain, but that offer was then refused. The article alleged that no such offer had been made to the Home Office nor the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as RAVEC, until later, and that Harry's spin doctors had tried to influence coverage of the story.
Oh dear.
It added that such conduct was ironic given the Prince now has a role with a Silicon Valley firm tackling misinformation online. Harry launched legal action for libel, claiming that the article was an attack on his honesty and integrity.
We're just innocent men.
And could undermine his charity work and his efforts to tackle misinformation online.
Ah, you see, that's his noble cause. We've got it all wrong. What he's really worried about is that the Mail on Sunday, with their misinformation, are going to undermine all of his charity work, which he loves. And his battle against misinformation. He's fighting giants. Some people would say he's tilting at windmills. This battle against misinformation. What is this ayahuasca-induced hallucination that Harry is living in? Right, he really is. He's Don Quixotic. He's fighting some insane battles in his head against giants and against knights that are challenging his honour. I just hope that this is this case will be the equivalent of Don Quixote's Night of the White Moon, right? He gets absolutely battered on the beaches of Barcelona, and I'm not sure where the analogy goes from there. I hope he just stops. That's my point.
The Mail on Sunday contested the claim and said that its article expressed an honest opinion and did not cause serious harm to his reputation.
His reputation, which he only cares about because of all of his charities, right? We can't have anyone calling into question Harry's character, okay? Because then there'd just be, there'd be misinformation everywhere. It'd be mayhem.
In his ruling last week, Mr. Justice Nicklin said that the newspaper had a real prospect of demonstrating that a press statement and a background briefing given to selected journalists on Harry's behalf were misleading. A separate hearing was held at the High Court last week into Harry's judicial review claim that the decision to downgrade his security was unlawful and unfair. A decision on that case is expected at a later date.
Well, goddamn, it seems 2024 is going to be quite the year for Harry and Meghan. They've got their charities, they've got their war on misinformation, libel cases. It could be even more, dare I say, action-packed than 2023. I don't know where they're going to find time for everything. Let's have a look at a little recap of the year that Archwell have put together for us here. It was a year to remember for Harry and Meghan. And just while you're watching, by the way, try and count how many individual events you see Harry and Meghan assisted. This is a compilation of all of the stuff they've done over the year, right? Harry and Meghan. There should be thousands of hours of stuff to put together. The work-shy. Imagine if there was a clip of all of the stuff I did in 2023, eh? Thousands of hours of material, right? But no, nobody's put that together, have they?
We're just innocent men.